What's goody, y'all? Welcome back to the Winner's Circle, y'all. So today's video is going to be quite touching. I want to shed light on Miss Venice Hendricks on her story because I feel like there needs to be more awareness about situations like this. And I believe it happened in 2003, but there was not enough publicity on her story and not enough exposure. So I want to give this woman more exposure on what happened to her and to shed light and to bring awareness because these things are happening all across the world all the time. But stay to the end of this video, you guys, because I got a very special surprise for you guys that I want to introduce for you guys. I've been working on something to offer you guys, okay? And you're gonna love it, okay? So Miss Venice Hendricks, she was living in Detroit with her aunt. She was living with her aunt at the time because I think it was more convenient for she was ending school and transitioning into college or whatever. She was in that kind of in between stage where she was leaving childhood and entering into becoming a young adult. So she was living with her aunt in Detroit, and her mom lived in Detroit as well. Her mom was a nurse. But the story starts off where she had just purchased her first car, and I'm not sure if she was still in high school or if she was leaving high school, but she had just purchased her first car, and she refers to him as her step cousin. So I'm assuming it was her step brother's real cousin. So she refers to this guy as her step cousin. So she calls her step cousin and says, "Hey, I just got my first car. I'm so excited." Da, da, da. And he's like, "For sure, pull up. Like, I want to see your car." And so she pulls up to her step cousin's house. And, he comes outside and he's like, "Oh, congratulations. I love your car. Great job, great pick." And, she's having a great day. She's through the moon, over the roof about her brand new car, right? So the step cousin goes, "Well, I'm having like a little get together, a little function or whatever. You should come inside. I have some friends here." And so she's like, "Cool, sure." She goes inside, and one of her step cousin's friends, his name is Carl. And Carl is there, and Carl is our suspect that you see on the thumbnail. But Carl is there, and this is Venice's first time ever seeing any of these people, meeting Carl. First time interacting with Carl. So her and Carl is chopping it up. They're getting to know each other. They're having a good time, partaking in some adult beverages and some Mary Jane. And, everyone's having a great time. And so Venice is like, "Okay, it's about time for me to go." And so as she's getting ready to leave, Carl says, "Hey, I know you just met me, but do you mind giving me a ride?" And she's like, "Sure, no problem. Like, why not?" Like, she wants to drive her brand new car around. So she's like, "Sure." So she gives Carl a ride. They're still chopping it up, getting to know each other, talking. She pulls up at wherever the location she dropped him off at, and they exchange numbers. And she's thinking Carl is very attractive. She's digging it, okay? She's liking Carl. It seems like he's really into her. They're hitting it off. They exchange numbers, and she's having a great time. Like, so far, so good. So far, she's digging Carl, okay? So her and Carl, they start texting throughout the night. Throughout the next day, they're texting each other, they're talking to each other, really getting to know each other. And her step cousin and a few other people at the party, I'm assuming, lets her know, like, "Hey, Carl has a girlfriend." And she's like, "That's not what he told me." So she's like confused, like, "Why are people telling me that he has a girlfriend?" Because apparently he told her the complete opposite. Not only did he not mention a girlfriend, but apparently he told her, like, he has a girlfriend. Or he does not have a girlfriend. Like, he's single, ready to mingle, and available. So, she's letting them know, like, "Hey, people are saying that you have a girlfriend, da da da." He's like, "No, I don't, da da da." Then she... Then she receives a text message from a random number, and she doesn't recognize the text message. And I believe it said something short like, "Hey," or whatever. So she ignores the text message, but then like an hour later, that same number that texted her calls her. She answers the phone and she's like, "Hello." And it's a girl on the other line. And the girl on the other line is telling her, "Hey, you touched my man. You was messing with my man. Da, 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 da." Bringing her to drama, bringing her to smoke. And Venice is like, like, whoa, like I had no idea. He lied to both of us. He's lying to you, telling you whatever he's telling you, and he definitely lied to me. He said that he didn't have a girlfriend. You know, she's trying to let this other girl on the other line know, like, hey, we're both a victim here. We're both the victim of him lying, him being manipulative or whatever. But the girl on the other end she's not having it. She's like, I don't care what he lied about. You touched my man, you did this, and you got to pay, and da 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 da. Okay, so we're gonna pause right here for a second. Okay, if you are in a relationship with somebody and you out here doing the dirt, you out here swindling, you out here, you know, creeping behind the scenes, you out here cheating. It don't matter if you're a man or a woman, boy or girl, it doesn't matter. You got to be mindful of the risk that you put your partner in, your spouse, your partner, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. You got to be more mindful of the position that you're putting them in, because you never know, once feelings get involved, you never know how things are going to turn out. Okay. So back into it, okay? So Venice is on the phone, like, you know, trying to talk to this girl, like trying to reason with her, like, you don't understand, like, I'm not that type of girl. I don't go after guys who I know who have girlfriends. He told me the complete opposite. Like, I'm not here to take anything from you. So they hang up the phone or whatever. So Venice, she continues to take his Carl's phone calls and his text messages. She's still talking to him. You know, she's like, this girl called my phone talking about you, her boyfriend, and da da da. And he's like, she's wigging out, she's tripping. I met her around the same time as you. She's not my girlfriend. She's delusional. She's this. She's da 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 da. He's like telling Venice everything that he can to keep her in his corner. Whole time, the nigga got a girlfriend, okay? And the girlfriend is a damn psycho. But so is he, okay? Y'all stick around for the rest of the story, because this gets extremely wild, and it is extremely important that people are aware of what they are doing, okay? And aware of these monsters when you come. People be lying, okay? People are freaking demons, okay? So Venice, being so beautiful and kind and naive that she was, she continued to talk to Carl, okay? And at this point, they had been talking for about a month and a half, she says. So she said she kind of like let it die down. Like, she was starting to think like, okay, like maybe, but he was just so persistent in the fact that this girl was just delusional. And according to Venice, he was available to talk to her, available to communicate with her. She had mentioned them linking up at other friends of his house. She would pull up to some of his friends' houses and they would hang out. So he started to paint a picture for her, and in her own mind, she started to paint a picture for herself that maybe this guy is available, because maybe she is delusional. That girl that was on the phone is delusional, because he's available for me all the time. He's talking to me all the time. I'm pulling up on him. I'm communicating. So things started to shift in her mind, okay? And again, it's been a month and a half since they met that they have been talking, okay? So one day, Venice, she's supposed to pick up her sister and her sister's boyfriend, and the three of them are supposed to be hanging out, okay? But in the midst of her getting ready or en route to go pick up her sister, Carl, the deadbeat, okay, the demon, Carl calls and is telling her, like, you know, hey, come over here to my friend's house. You want to partake in some Mary Jane and, you know, just hang out for a little bit. And she's like, you know, I'll pull up and we could talk things out. And he's telling, you know, we can hash things out. I can give you some more details, because apparently, you know, things were smoothing out, but they weren't quite smoothed out. She still kind of had like an inkling like something was off. And so this was him proposing to, you know, clear the air, provide clarity to her. So she's like, sure, but I'm on my way to go hang out with my sister, so I can't stay long. I could talk for a second, but I'm going to be going to pick up my sister. She lets her sister know, hey, I'm going to swing by over here, talk to him for a second, and I'll let you know when I'm en route. Okay, cool. So she pulls up to an apartment building, and Carl is in front of the apartment building, and you guys, this is all public knowledge, okay? So she pulls up in front of the apartment building. Carl is out there waiting. She's thinking he's gonna get in the car. They're gonna have some Mary Jane. They're going to talk for a second and she's going to leave. So, you know, they end up talking for a second. He's like, hey, get out. You know, I want you to come upstairs, meet my friend. And then she's like, no, I have somewhere to be. And he's like, come on, you know, being very persistent, being very pushy. And she's like, sure, like, okay, I'll just go meet your friend or whatever. And she's telling him, but I can't stay long because I have somewhere to be. She goes upstairs, and when they get inside of the apartment, I don't know if it was the second floor that they were on, the third floor. It wasn't clear, but she definitely wasn't on the first floor. She was a few flights up. So she gets in the apartment or whatever, and she says the friend, I'm not sure what the friend's name is. The friend is in there like cleaning up, like sweeping the kitchen floor, you know, moving stuff around, like he's organizing, straightening up or whatever. Carl introduces her to the friend. The friend says hello. Everything seems to be fine. So her and Carl are sitting on the couch, and the friend is still like in the dining area, in the kitchen area, like cleaning up, sweeping, mopping, wiping stuff down, doing whatever. Appears to be like busy, you know, occupied with whatever he's got going on. So Carl is like, she said that sits down, and there was a coffee table, and on the tables there was some adult beverages. So Carl tells her, you know, why don't you go in the kitchen and grab you a glass and we can have a drink together. And she's like, this is my first time here. I'm not going to just go in his refrigerator, in his cabinets and get whatever. And the friend is hearing the conversation. The friend is like, oh, no, help yourself. You know, I'm over here busy. Sorry for my hospitality. Please just help yourself because I won't be able to tend to you. Get whatever you need. So Venice, she gets up. She goes to the kitchen area. And she says that when she's in the kitchen, she can see the rest of the apartment from the kitchen, because where she was sitting, you know that there's more of the apartment, but you can't really see. You just see like a hallway. But from the kitchen where she was standing, she can see the rest of the apartment. She can see down the hallway. She can see the bathroom. She can see how many rooms there were, how many doors that she could visibly see. She could see where everything is in the apartment. So she's like, you know, she's just in there getting a cup or whatever. And next thing she knows, a door opens up from the back and about 6 girls walk out. And she said she was stunned, like she was puzzled, because number one, she didn't hear anyone else in the apartment. She only thought it was Carl, the dude that she's talking to, and his friend. And so for 6 more people to walk out, she said she kind of had like a bad feeling, like, whoa, like, you know, that took her by surprise. Like, whoa, I had no idea more people were here, let alone 6 other people. And she said these are all girls walking out, 6 girls, okay? And she said they started getting irate, yelling at her, cussing at her. And she said she's completely taken back by this. She doesn't recognize any of them. She doesn't know who they are. She doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know that friend. This is her first time meeting that friend whose house she's at. And her and Carl are still getting to know each other, okay? They've been talking to each other for a month and a half. And you guys, let's just tap in on those red flags, okay? You've been talking to someone a month and a half, and there is no shame to her. What she went through was terrible, because we've all been in situations where we look back and say, damn, I should have picked up on the red flags. I should have paid attention. This was a warning. This was this, you know, or I gave this person the benefit of the doubt too much. So when I say this is no shame to baby girl at all, because I am just shocked at what she went through. But if we could point out the red flags, and that's all I intend to do, just to point out some red flags, just to bring awareness to people. But talking to someone for a month and a half, and already there's already this drama, this smoke. He got to save face. He got to clear the air. He got to clear his name. And it's only been a month and a half. It's like, come on, guy. Like, you brought so much chaos and so much baggage, and I barely know you. Like, that is a huge red flag. But sometimes we can overlook red flags when somebody's point is up to us, or if we just hope people could be what we want, or if we're vulnerable, we need love, we're seeking a relationship. Sometimes we tend to overlook red flags that are right there in our face. But he was a huge walking red flag. And it's unfortunate that he preyed on her, because Venice, my heart goes out to you, okay? Total utmost respect to you, baby girl. So she says, you know, these girls are irate. They're yelling. She doesn't even know what they're saying, but obviously, like, there's tension. And she's just completely shocked, like, what is going on? So she says one girl gets closest to her and decks her in the face. and just punches her in the head, okay? And she said like she kind of like ate the punch. She said that it didn't really phase her. She didn't fall, it didn't stun her, she didn't back up, but she didn't hit her back or anything. She just kind of ate the punch and is kind of still in shock looking at this girl like, who the fuck are you? Why did you just hit me? What is going on? And now she's noticing other people in the apartment, the other other five girls, and Carl, the dude that she's talking to, and the friend, they're not saying anything. They're just kind of like, they're all coming in towards the kitchen, kind of huddling her, surrounding her. And she said in that moment, she realized, okay, like, I'm about to be attacked. And she said it made the girl irate that she just kind of ate the punch and it didn't really phase her. It made her irate. So it made everyone irate. So not only did the girl who hit her first, but all these other girls, everybody in the house starts punching her, hitting her. She falls to the ground. They start kicking her. She says she's balled up in a fetal position, and she could feel them kicking her, like really trying to beat the daylights out of this girl. Okay, and she's in such shock. She's in such state of confusion. She doesn't know what's going on. So she says she's trying to tell herself, like, instead of focusing on why this is happening, like, you need to get out of here. You need to save yourself. You need to find a way to get out of here. So at this point, she's got those 6 girls and then the 2 guys, Carl and the friend. So that's 8 people hitting her, kicking her, punching her, attacking her. Okay, the guy whose house it was, she said that he was still kind of off in the abyss or whatever, like moving around doing stuff. And that to me, that's what it was. It was nervousness. He was moving out of nervousness. He wasn't cleaning. He was just over there shuffling stuff out of nervousness. And I think he was nervous the entire time from the moment she walked into the apartment. And that's why he wasn't able to just kind of sit down and have a conversation with her. He was just kind of moving around. So she said, at one point, she felt something stinging on her back, and she realized one of the dudes had put out a cigarette on her back. She felt like a burning sensation. So she's in a fetal position. She ends up like getting up out of the fetal position, and she runs towards the door. And when she gets towards the door, she said there was 3 locks on the door. She got the first one unlocked. She got the second one unlocked. And as she got to the third one, she said she was lifted up off of her feet by her hair and body slammed to the ground. And as she was body slammed to the ground, she said it kind of knocked her out a little bit. And, she's still awake though. She's still coherent. She's still alert. And she could feel the beatings and the kickings getting a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more violent, a little bit more of this. Now she feels like they're really trying to kill her. They're really trying to attack her because they saw that she was still surviving. She had that fight in her. She gets up again, and she's covering herself, and they're trying their best to get to her head. They're trying their best. They're trying to kill her. They're trying to knock this girl out, okay? And she's protecting her head. So she says the guy who was cleaning says, hey, everybody stop hitting her. And he like pulls her away, and he tells her no one's gonna hit you again. And as he says that, she looks towards the window and she's like, okay, they've got the front door covered. She says, you know what? I'm a few flights up. I might break something, but I'm finna jump out this window. At least I'll survive. She'd rather have a broken leg or a broken arm, but at least she will survive instead of staying in this apartment and getting beat to death. Okay. And she said, she ran towards the window and started to jump out the window, but they caught her. And, she said one of the girls grabbed a adult beverage bottle and cracked her over the head with it, and blood just started gushing. And that's when she became unconscious. She passed out. She became unconscious. And she said she was kind of floating in and out of consciousness. When she would come to, she said she's not religious. She not religious at all. But she said the only prayer that she knew and that she could remember was our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So she said she started to remember that prayer, and she started to pray this prayer as she was on the ground, getting beat, getting stomped, getting kicked, getting hit over the head with glass bottles, getting cigarettes put out on her. And she started to pray. She said she would pass out again. And then when she would wake up, she would remember where she left off in the prayer. She was determined to finish the entire prayer. So she said as she was praying, though, one of the girls became extremely irate. She was, Ira, what are you saying? Stop praying. Stop praying. What are you saying? Why are you down there praying? She said that she literally felt like this girl had a demon in her because that prayer made this girl extremely irate, okay? Extremely irate. So, you know, she's floating in and out of consciousness. She's passing out, she's waking up, and she says she looks to the wall and she recognizes someone. She says she didn't see her before, but she recognizes someone. She said this was a girl that she went to high school with. And she said she reached out her arm and called out the girl's name and then passed out. But she said the girl never intervened, never helped her. She said the girl wasn't helping them attack her, but she wouldn't intervene. She wouldn't stop. So, she said that the attack was dying down a little bit. They were still hitting her and punching her. But at this moment, they're starting to rustle around the house saying, okay, like, what we going to do with this girl? Because if we let her go, we all going to jail. Okay. What we going to do with her body? She says she's sitting there floating in and out of consciousness, blood all in her eyes, blood everywhere. And she's telling herself, you've got to wake up. You got to get up. You got to get off this ground, because now she can hear them saying, what are we going to do with her body? What are we going to do with her body? And she said that just infuriated her, that terrified her. She knows that they are intending to kill her and dispose of her body. So she said that they were going through her wallet, you know, telling her, oh, this is where you live. We know where you live. Da, da, da. You know, we know everything about you. They're going through her purse. They're going through all of her information, telling her, you know, we know all your information. We know da, da, da. And so she, you know, she's in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. And she finally gets the courage, like, okay, I need to get up off this ground. But still, like, you know, trying to repeat this prayer in her head. And she said, next thing you know, the doorbell rings. Somebody's knocking at the door. The doorbell rings. And so I'm assuming the dude who lives there, he opens the door. And when he opens the door, whoever was at the door, I don't remember who she said was at the door, or I don't think she specified, but whomever was at the door, they were telling the people in the apartment, like, what are y'all in here doing? And they're shocked, like, so apparently they were having a party before she got there. There was multiple people in the apartment and multiple people still arriving. So the person who, I think it was two people, like a guy and a girl who came to the door, and they were like, what are you guys in here doing? All they see is this bloody girl on the ground. And mind you, she's half naked, because at some point, all of the girls went in the room. And while the girls were in the room, the guys, Carl and the dude who lived there, were pulling down her pants, and they were about to essay her. And the dude who lived there, apparently it was his girlfriend who comes down and says, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You're about to, you know, and he's like, yeah. And she's like, no. And in Venetia's mind, she's thinking, Venice, I'm sorry. In Venice's mind, she's thinking, oh, okay, attempted murder and assault is okay, but not essay assault, okay? Like that's okay. It's okay for you guys to beat me to a pulp, but okay. So apparently that was crossing the line for that dude's girlfriend. So fast forward, these people come to the door and they see this half naked girl laying there, bloody, adult beverages everywhere, blood everywhere, things knocked over. And they're like, what are you guys doing? You guys need to call the police. You guys need to stop. I'm calling the police. I'm calling the. And so apparently the people who were at the door, they never came into the party. They didn't want anything to do with it. But apparently they did call 911, and the ambulance came, and officers came. And when officers get to the scene, you know, they're cuffing everybody. They're asking her, what happened to you? And she's so out of it, you know, she can't even tell them what has really truly taken place. So fast forward, she gets to the hospital. She ends up getting transported to the hospital that her mom works at. And so her mom is already there, you know, at work. And she has all of these lesions, all of these, her skull is cracked open, bust open, all of these hematomas, yeah, all of these hematoma abrasions, you know, just complete swelling. So they were able to discharge her, but what she said before she left the hospital, when she finally went in the bathroom and looked at herself, she said that the swelling and the beating was so bad that it was equivalent to Emmett Till. If you guys remember Emmett Till and the photos that were taken of him in that casket, how he was completely swollen, completely unrecognizable. She said she looked exactly like Emmett Till. And that really broke my heart, because she thought her phone was her face was shattered, and that she thought that they were going to have to do a lot of reconstructing in her face, but it was just mainly at the top of her head. She ended up having to shave all of her hair off because they had to keep the stitches clean. There was a lot of blood clots. They needed her head completely clean and clear so they can make sure they're keeping track of the healing and the swelling in her skull and in her brain and make sure she survived this attack. But, excuse me, guys. So she, the next day, she was at her aunt's house because that's where she lived. Her aunt was helping her with her hair and cleaning her wounds and all of that, and her phone rang. And her aunt picked up the phone, and on the phone, there was a girl saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So her aunt put it on speaker, and Venice is like, who is this? And she's like, she said her name, and supposedly it was the girl at the party that she recognized, that she went to school with, that she reached out to her and was like, help me. And the girl was saying, I'm so sorry. Like, I wanted to help you, but I was afraid that they were going to turn on me. And so her aunt is like, okay, well, you need to do the right thing now and go report everybody who was in that apartment, because Venice didn't know anyone. She didn't know who it was. She didn't know anybody's name. The only person she knew was Carl, but there were so many other people in that room who needed to be held accountable for their behavior. So she's like, she's, sorry, I got distracted by these. Y'all get you some body butter, okay? Get you some body butter. I'm gonna have the link at the, in the top of the comment section. But anyway, so Venice is like, she's telling the police, everybody who was there, the girl went up there and reported everyone. They started to arrest and catch people one by one. And as they're arresting people and she's being brought down to the police station to identify people, she's identifying everyone who was there. And so after identifying everyone, after they arrested everyone, she came to find out that it was Carl. Carl was there, the dude that she was talking to. One of the girls was his girlfriend. Two of the girls was his sister, and then the rest of the girls were were those girls' friends. And apparently there were other people still in the back room who were doing their own thing that she never even seen, never even knew that they were there. So there was even more people there at the party that she didn't even realize that were there. They just were too afraid to come out, too afraid to intervene, too afraid to say anything. They just stayed in the back room and let whatever happen, happen. And let me just say this right here, like, how could you ever be in an environment where you know someone is getting the living pulp beat out of them and not intervene? What is wrong with humanity today? Like, when I'm out in public, I have this demeanor about me that's like, I won't interject myself in everything, but if I see like a man, slapping his girlfriend around or something, like, my presence just automatically be making it known, like, look, listen, I fight niggas too. Keep your hands off of her. Or vice versa. Girl, keep your hands off of him. Now, I'm aware and I'm wise and I don't just interject myself in every situation, but I'm telling you, it's something about the demeanor I be giving off, like, don't do it. I don't stand by anything that's wrong. No matter who it is, domestic violence goes both ways. Violence goes any kind of ways. Whether it's a man getting slapped up by his woman, getting hit on, whatever, a woman, you see people fighting. Like, I'm not tolerating it. I don't stand for that. And naturally, I bring order to any kind of chaos. So I just, like, people are demons out there. Let me know in the comment section, you guys, on if you've ever dealt with a situation like this, if you've ever been in a situation like this, if you know anyone who's been in a situation like this, because these things happen all the time. Okay, so Carl, the dude who set her up, he ended up doing 5 years. Somebody ended up doing 8 years. And then a lot of the girls ended up doing 3 years. Okay. But Carl was still stalking her. There was a restraining order put out on him. He was still stalking her from jail while he was doing his time. Because he wasn't in direct violation of the restraining order, he would call a friend and have a friend call her on three-way and be blowing up her phone. She changed her number 1,000 times. She said that when he got out, her car, her tires were busted out. Her windows were always busted out. There was always something wrong. And of course she knew exactly who it was, but there was a lot of times that he couldn't get caught because, instead of just busting her windows out, he would bust the entire blocks of windows out to make it look like it was just like some mass random thing. Whole time he's been tormenting this woman and and just bringing that trauma back to her for years. Okay, for years. Okay. And you guys can look at his screen, his mug shots. You guys can look at, I believe there's mug shots of everyone else who was involved, who participated in beating up this woman, beating up Venice or whatever. So, but you guys, it is extremely important that if you are in a relationship, that you do not put your partner or the other person that you cheating with in a compromising situation, because there's this kind of stuff happens all around the world. There was situations in Vegas that happened. A girl found out her dude was cheating, and so the dude and the girlfriend and a few of her friends took this girl, lured this girl to a desert in Vegas and beat her to death, all for the sake of trying to save his relationship. You guys, you never know the type of compromising situation you're putting your partner in or your side piece in, because when these emotions and feelings are involved, people lose their mind. People lose their mind. There's stories out there. Even I have a personal story. One of my friends, a homeboy, not a woman, but one of my homeboys, he got shot up because he was talking to this chick. Come to find out, she got a dude who is heavily involved in gang affiliated. I'm from California. Gang affiliation is through the roof out there, okay? But he was gang affiliated, and him and his homeboys came up and shot my friend up because he had slept with his woman. Whole time the chick never even said she had a boyfriend. He just thought, oh hey, I'm hitting off with this chick, we getting along. Next thing you know, he shot up because dude is mad because he slept with my woman. You never know the compromising position you put your partner in or other people in when you out there cheating, swindling, conniving, lying, playing the field, being a player, doing this, doing that. And if you single by any means, live your truth, but be honest with people that I'm just here for this or that or whatever. But if you are in a relationship, you could possibly be putting your partner in potential harm if you're out there lying behind the scenes, leading someone else on, letting them know like, no, I'm not this, or I'm not that, I'm not. And it happens the other way. It's not always the girlfriend that snaps or the boyfriend that snaps. Sometimes it's the side piece that snaps. Sometimes the side piece thinks that, he finna leave his wife. She finna leave her husband for me. And then the whole time they don't. Next thing you know, you got that psycho, unhinged side piece at your front door gunning you and your wife down, gunning you and your husband down. You never know the compromising situations, positions that you put your partner in when you're out there lying, swindling, playing with people's emotions. You never know what happens, you guys, okay? So let me know in the comment section what you think about Venice's story. If you heard about her story before, I really wanted to shed some more light on it because it wasn't given enough exposure, because this type of stuff happens all the time, and I want people to be mindful of the positions that you put other people in when you become extremely selfish like that, okay? People are losing their lives behind this stuff, okay? And as chosen ones, y'all, we got to be careful out here to not be manipulated, not be swindled, not be tricked, take these red flags as is, okay, you guys? When you see red flags, don't hold them like a bouquet of flowers. Don't collect them. Take them for face value and get rid of these people, okay? But I'm glad you stayed to the end of this video. Remember, I told you guys I had a surprise for you guys. I have opened up a platform for the Winner Circle. It's called the Winner Circle VIP Classroom, okay? And it is $55 a month, but the beauty of this is you're going to get connected to me on a more personal level so I can help you accelerate your personal growth and development, help you accelerate your livelihood, okay? Right now, my hour sessions are... I think they're about $65 for an hour session. And some people don't have the money to pay $65, $100 every time they want to talk. So with this platform, you're paying $55 a month to have so much more access to me than you would just in a personal session. In this platform, you're going to have community support. You're going to have love. You're going to get weekly content, access to videos and knowledge that's not on any of my social media platforms. I'm gonna create a roadmap to help you accomplish your goals, achieve your goals. You're gonna get daily affirmations to set the tone for your day and help you with your mindset. We're gonna heal your relationship with money. I'm gonna help you learn how to manifest money more. We're gonna manifest together. You're gonna get to see you're gonna get to see and read people's testimonials and how they're manifesting money. And if you've already booked sessions with me and I've been giving you tasks and you've been seeing results, let people know in the comment section that this is the real deal. Okay, so the Winner Circle VIP classroom platform is going to give you access to all of those juicy good nuggets that you need to accelerate your life, to accomplish your dreams, your goals, to go after your businesses, anything that you need to help you set boundaries, to help you with self-love, to help you flourish, to help heal childhood trauma. You're going to get all of these things in this community platform. Okay. And also you're going to get two group video phone calls, video chats with me through Zoom twice a month. Okay, so you're gonna get to connect with me on a more personal level. Okay, you guys, join the Winner Circle VIP classroom because it is going to help you. It is going to change your life. And again, the value that you're gonna get in this, you're getting it for $55 a month, but the value is easily worth like $7,000 a month because I'm going to be giving you nuggets that I give people in my packages who pay for my coaching packages, who pay $7,000 for me to coach them for 7 months. You're going to get the same treatment, the same acknowledgement, the same love, the same support, the same accountability, the same push, the same effort that I do with my long-term clients to make sure by the end of our journey that their life is completely changed. And I have so many testimonials from people who have truly changed their lives. Okay, you guys, so join the Winner Circle VIP classroom. I'm going to have the link at the top of the comment section. It is going to change your life. And a lot of times people don't want to invest money in themselves, but let me tell you, if you don't invest in yourself, you won't grow. You've got to invest in yourself. There's people who spend more than $50 to go out to eat. If you could eat $50, you could spend $50 on your personal growth and development. You could spend $50 on learning how to manifest money. You could spend $50 on helping you to change your mindset. You could spend $50 on that guidance, that love, that support that's going to help you accelerate your dreams, accelerate your goals, accelerate your life, and really enhance the quality of lifestyle that you're already living. You can invest in yourself. Nothing changes if nothing changes, you guys. You've got to invest in yourself. I invest in myself all the time. I talk to my own coaches. When I first became a life coach, I was purchasing courses, going to seminars, doing this. You've got to invest in yourself because you don't know everything. People need community. People need support. People need that guidance to help each other on the next step. If we didn't, we would already be at our destination, right? So join the Winner Circle VIP classroom. I'm excited to get you guys into this group. I'm excited to get started. I'm excited to start telling you guys daily affirmations that's going to help change your mindset, that's going to help you set the tone for your day. I'm excited to dive deep and to see what kind of businesses you guys got going on. I'm excited to help you learn how to get momentum around your business, to bring in more revenue, to bring in more customers, more clients, to be able to help you to sell your services, your products more. Anything that you could think of is going down at the Winner Circle VIP classroom, and you're gonna have chances to win free one-on-one sessions with me. Okay, you guys. So I'll see you at the Winner Circle VIP classroom. Bye, you guys.